Picks of Equinage for Kineland, Wednesday, April 23rd. And you are watching the race simulation of the first race according to the race simulator of Equinage.com. You have there the QR code on the screen, and that QR code is pointing to the page where you can register your free user at Equinage.com. Go to that link, try the system. It's the best handicapping tool in the business for the US horse racing. Let's go with the race number 1, and don't forget the Scotty picks. These 2 picks, machine learning algorithm, it emulates a human being handicapping the race with logic, but also malicious. And these 2 picks wins 52% of the time. The long shot between 11 to 14%. 52 is very good. The win percentage is other algorithm, other program independent from this one. It calculates a probability of victory for each horse based on stats. It's a mathematical calculation. Obviously, the higher the better. And if this result of the probability matches with the Scotty picks, was even better. Then you have the pace, has the race simulator. It shows you the initial speed of the horse, so you can think how the race is going to develop. The strength of race is the competitive level of each horse in average of the last races. The record here at the distance and surface for the horse, and the red column at the right is the genetic strength rate, is the pedigree of the horse in one number for this specific distance and surface. You have here more information, obviously, and if you touch a horse, you have the past performances, all the information about jockeys, trainers in the campaign of the horse, all the races since the first start of the horse, even the campaign of the stallion, the dam, and the ESR plus, the pedigree for each distance and surface of the horse. So you have all this information here. 1 and 2, the picks. The 5, the long shot. As you see, the 1 and 2, the 2 and 1 are at the top here. Together, 55% is good, very good. So together, combined, they guarantee a good chance to hit the race. And if you decide to add another horse, you can check the long shot. And also these 2, they have enough win percentage to be considered enemies, the number 3 and the number 6. In race 2, only first starters. Well, Kineland is not a secret. Wesley Ward dominates these kind of races and has this Gracie's Delight with Joel Rosario, a predicted pace of 59. That is very good. A good GSR. It's not the top one because the top one is the number 3. Maybe you can check this horse, Todd Pletcher with Luis Saez, a very high pedigree number. You have also the 4 and 11 with only 10%, are far from the top win percentage, but has a chance. Then you have the number 3 with this high number here, 58% to win, top pick. In the reality, that means that the 50% is very real. So maybe it's a single, even it's a first starter. But if you want to try to beat this favorite, you have options like the 4, 11, 3. The 5 is the second pick, only 5% to win, but 20 to 1 in the money line. Maybe a horse that you can check is an alert, at least for the exotics. See it that way, and the long shot is the number 8. In race number 3, 7 and 2 the picks, the 3 is the long shot. These 2 are the top, and we're talking about 48%. Good enough to think that together you will have some guarantees to hit the race. But if you want to add something else, you have to 2 or 3 other options. The long shot is the 3. You can check this horse, but you have the 8, 17% percentage to win, 10 to 1 in the money line. That's good. The GSR is going up, the pedigree in comparison to the previous race of the horse. And the number 5, 8 to 1 in the money line, 11% to win with a good pedigree. These 2 are enemies. Maybe the number 1 is a horse that you could check, but the GSR is dropping. So you have some considerations, but the 7 and 2 look solid here. 8 and 5 the first enemies that you need to check. In race 4, 8 and 9 are the top picks. The long shot is the number 1. 8 and 9, see, is a bit lower than the previous race and the previous one to that one. 43% to win between both. This one has a good SOR, and both have very good GSRs, and the following horses as well. And as you see, the number 11 and 12, they are following in the win percentage. 12 to 1 in the money line, 9 to 2 in the money line. Like in the previous race, you can check them as possible enemies of this 8 and 9. And maybe you can check the long shot. It's a bit lower in the win percentage, but it's here, so maybe it's an alert for the exotic at least. So 8 and 9 are a must in this race. Enemies 11, 12. Maybe you can check these two, but at least these two you need to check, and the number 1, the long shot. Race 5, 3 and 8 are the picks, and the 3, 33%, 43% to win is very good. The GSR is high, and the enemy is the 8. Better money line 4 to 1, but better SOR. The GSR is close, it's not far, and is the second pick here. So the number 3 obviously is very strong here, but the number 8 with this indicator is not a horse that you can put away so easily. So you need to check this number 8 could take the victory over the 3, or at least before using the 3 as a single, for example, you need to check this number 8. And then the long shot, the 7, 10% to win. The GSR is dropping. That is the negative part, but 8 to 1 in the money line, at least it deserves a review. The 6 is the other horse, 10%. The GSR is dropping as well, and 10 to 1 in the money line. So these two look very strong. Maybe the race is between them, and the 7, 6 options, but they look more like for the exotics probably. Race 6, 4 and 5, the picks. The 4, 31% to win. See, the 5, only 7%, but has a super powerful GSR. Over 80 is usually a stakes horse, so 91 is very good. Very good. Reside with Eddie Kennedy. Has a strong chance to run well with this pedigree. So you need to check this horse despite this number. We have, you can say, a divergence between the algorithms. This one is saying that the number 4 and this one too is a strong horse in this race, but the number 5, the win probability is not pointing this horse, but the Scotty Picks is pointing the horse. So you need to check him and see the long shot has the same win percentage than the 5. 10 to 1 in the money line, it deserves a check. The other horses that are in the win percentage with a chance, 1, 3, and maybe 6. This one has a good pedigree as well. Not as good as this one, but good. And this one is 20 to 1 in the money line, 6 to 1 in the money line, 6 to 1 in the money line. You need to check these horses so you can maybe ignore some of them after the review, but at least it's an alert that you have. The 4 is a must. Despite this, with this pedigree, and second pick, this number 5 looks good. Race 7, 6 and 5, the picks, the 2 is the long shot. The 6, 32% to win. Then you have the 5 with 22% to win. And the number 1, Chill, 29% to win. These 3 polarize the win percentage. And the 6 and 5 are at the top. The number 5, 1 victory in 11 attempts. That is the negative part, because these two, they have victories with less attempts. So I believe these two are very good. And the number 5 is the enemy. So maybe a 3-race horse, or maybe you can go with 6 and 1, or maybe 6 and 5 in this race. That are your criteria. I believe for sure that the number 6 is the horse that you need to pick first, and maybe you can decide between these two. In race 8, 2 and 1 are the top picks, and also the top win percentage, 66% to win together. And the good thing here is that 2 is the Mahoning Valley favorite, has a good pace, but the number 1, 5-1 in the money line, that's good. Second pick here, and a very good GSR. Luis Size aboard. So the number 2 is going to be favorite, but you can ignore the presence of the number 1. And these metrics are indicating that you need to use this horse as much as the number 2. So these 2 are the top horses. Then you have far away in the win percentage, the number 5, the 11, and 9. The 9 has a very good pedigree as well. James Toner, Ida Ortiz. And the number 11, Michael Stidham, is the long shot. So check this horse. It could be useful at 15-1 in your exotic at least. But these 2, I don't recommend to use them individually as single or whatever. You need to use them together, especially this number 1, 5-1 in the money line. Good luck today and good luck on Wednesday with your picks at Kineland. On Wednesday afternoon, we will be posting a clip for the Kineland selections of Equinedge for Thursday. Good luck.